Have you ever wanted to play LOD Mages, but use a different rune? Have you ever wished the mages were longer lasting than just a few seconds? Well, in Season 21, LOD Mages is getting a pretty sweet buff. They took the Volition shoulders, and not only do they give you 50% damage reduction on them, and you get the Gift of Death rune, you also get Singularity on top of that. So the shoulders give you Singularity and Gift of Death, so you can pick life support, archers, or contamination mages. So it's pretty awesome. It gives us a little bit more variety with Singularity and some more options, I guess, in general, right? This opens up some sweet combos for T16, Greater Rifts, and pushing. I believe the #1 push build, like the highest LOD clear, would probably be Contamination, because you would fish for a completely god forest map, tons of density, and then drop those AoE Singularity mages in the middle of everything and completely destroy them. So that's what I truly believe. But I had way more fun with life support on the regular. It gives you 2 additional seconds, plus the passive and the ring. There's a passive that extends the duration by 25%, and you have the Nigel's Evil Ring. You have 15-second mages, basically. So with the life support mages, they last a very long time, which fills the gap before you get back into Land of the Dead and Simulacrum, right? So it almost doesn't feel like a 2-minute mage anymore. Like, you have these mages out for a long time, and they're alive, killing more. You're getting more value. They leave behind corpses. So LOD Mages actually performs better than it ever has in the past in terms of solo pushing, survivability, and ease of use. So I had a lot of fun with it. I'll show you some footage here. The T16 build's fast and furious. You have Stuart's Greaves moving at incredible speeds. We're using Avrispan and Gold Wrap. The gold gives us huge pickup radius, so we're picking up globes across the map. Those globes are healing us with Reaper's Wraps. They did change Reaper's Wraps this time around. There's a 2-second internal cooldown, but it doesn't really affect mages at all, really. It just adds a little bit. It's just like a slight nerf, I guess, especially for the solo push build. You're not getting crazy globes like that. So it's basically, you still get your resource, which is a good thing. We're using the Requiem chest piece, so as we're consuming all the corpses, we're getting more resource. Everything works beautifully together. A few people in stream did ask about Frost Mages. I don't like Frost Mages. They may have attack speed to them, and it does synergize with Lost Time, but man, they attack so dang slow, really, really slow, about half the speed it looks like of the regular mages. We did a test, and it was about half the attacks that the normal mages have, right? The normal mages attack with both hands, and then the archers shoot the one projectile. And that's another thing. The Frost Archers is a projectile. It gets stuck on railings and poles. It is so frustrating to use. I do like Frost Archers, and in an open map environment, you don't notice it, but when you're in any kind of structure like staircases or any kind of twists and turns, it's super frustrating. And I totally recommend life support or contamination over Frosties, even for speeds. This is what the speed build looks like. I opted to go with Ingeom because it's impossible to keep up with anybody, like monks, and with demon hunters moving at lightning speed. You need Ingeom if you're in a group setting. If you're playing solo, you can go for Messerschmitt Reaver in the cube, and that'll give you infinite Land of the Dead and Simulacrum. It's more for solo because, you know, you just won't be able to catch up without Ingeom, even with Toioiz and all the other bonuses. Yeah, the life support mages give you those 2 extra seconds. I like these 15-second mages, and it feels a lot better to play them, and I hope you guys enjoy them too. Reservoir gives us 100% essence. All Singularity is based off maximum essence, right? So you're still going to be stacking physical damage if you're going for physical mages. It might be confusing because you get all the different runes. So if you're going life support, you use physical. If you're going skeletal archers, then you go frost, and then, you know, poison for skeletal mage contamination. So it's whatever your spell is what you want to stack. For the push build, it's essentially the same type of setup. We have Cannibalize here, but I'm going back and forth between Cannibalize and Satiated. I'm probably gonna go with Satiated. You get the 2% maximum life. It's really good. You can get like up to 1 million or more health with your character, and that's gonna matter more almost than getting the health back. Not getting one shot as a necro is really important. Remember, they did change the final service so it doesn't consume your pets anymore. So if you have 10 mages out and you get procced, they don't get killed anymore because of that. So I have the maximum essence. You want maximum essence on your weapon and your offhand. That's really important. The offhand is more of a stat stick since I don't like the frost archers. COE is really, really good with this build. It has a 33% uptime. Necromancer only has 3 elements, so it's up, you know, a third of the time, which is really great. And then, of course, Crisp and Sentence is amazing. You get that extra damage when things are frozen with frozen lands. When frozen lands isn't up, you can stun them with bone armor to proc it. So then you would go next to the mobs and stun them to proc your Crispins when you don't have Line of the Dead. So just bear that in mind that you need to still proc Crispins with it. We're using Hexing Pants, so your gameplay would mostly be like, let me number lock this here. Your gameplay would mostly be like you moving around, casting mages constantly. You want to just keep moving, keep casting. A lot of people don't know too, if you cast mages when you're hovering over an enemy, it'll actually attack that enemy. And if you see a door, you can actually do the same thing with the door. So like if you're walking to a door here, I think I could do it, actually show you in town. You would hover over it and it would shoot the door for you. So you won't be trapped in, okay? You're good to go with that. Always cast them at full health unless there's something going on or you make a mistake or whatever reason, like you're about to pop Line of the Dead or something. Yeah, you typically always want to cast them at full, but there might be times where you have to do it. And but yeah, typically full resource. I'm using Ice Climbers here with the push build because I don't like getting frozen or immobilized, especially when we're using Hexing Pants, right? It's kind of weird, but you can use Illusory Boots or something else if you like. We want to wear Swampies because they have the elemental damage on them, even though it's a Witch Doctor item. If you want these, you have to make a level 1 Witch Doctor and then upgrade Pants. But you can do it at level 1 and use the Hope of Cain recipe in the cube for that. Stat priorities, you pretty much just want to put cooldown everywhere. Double crit is good. You also don't get that much benefit from attack speed since you're using Tasker and Theo. You get so much attack speed already. I would definitely opt for double crit cooldown everywhere if possible. Like this ring is basically what you would want. Physical and armor gems also. Right now I'm wearing Topaz, but you can swap in red gems or green gems to get more armor on your character, and you can see how much it'll affect your tune. The stat priorities in the description might not be updated all the way. I'm still working through everything. It's the PTR currently, but rest assured before the season goes live, I'll have everything up to date for everyone. So don't worry about that. I do have a website, bloodshed.com. I'm gonna put the builds in the description and links to my website. That way you have the master list. I'm building like an ongoing tier list, like a tier list that is just persistent throughout the season. As new builds come up, I will adjust them accordingly. So you guys never have to wonder, you know, what's strong, what's not strong. There's basically an ongoing tier list right there. On top of the page, it will be the work in progress builds. And then once they're finalized, I'll funnel them down below. I also don't want to put them down below right now because if somebody's trying to play season 20, they're going to be confused, right? So the top section is just like a work in progress. But shout out to all the patrons out there who support the videos. Thank you guys so much for everything. Like I said before, I've been doing YouTube a long time, and I appreciate the support over the years. Lots more videos to come. I have a big video. I do big video campaigns every season. So you're going to see starter guides for even lesser known builds, off meta, builds that are older, newer, just kind of, yeah. I have a lot of stuff coming down the pipeline. I'm babbling. This is the Bloodshed, and I'm out of here. Peace.